Yep.
Yep.
Yep. This is how we start now.
This is how we start now. This is how we start our podcast.
I can feel your cat somewhere, like on
Yeah.
my chair, like under my
She's
chair.
attacking something. That's her favorite chair to attack. So, yeah.
Oh, I found her. Oh shit.
Yeah, she's sharp.
I think she got me.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you doing, Brock? How was your week?
I'm so fucking good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm
That was
fucking good as
aggressive.
well. I'm fucking good as well.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm tired. It's been a long week. It's been a lot of preparing. We have for our Halloween party that we're having this weekend. Actually, tomorrow.
Reception.
The reception, it was delayed from last year. In my mind, it's just a overpriced Halloween party, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Me too.
Are you going to? I saw you were Wayne's World. Are you going to be that tomorrow?
I'm not gonna be Wayne. We're
Is
not
it
gonna
a surprise?
That's not necessarily a surprise. We're just gonna be vampires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
just vampires.
Just any vampire.
Like Victorian looking. I don't know.
Oh, sexy. Okay.
I gotta try on my costume today. See if
Yeah.
everything fits. If it doesn't, I guess I'm fucked. But
I'm gonna be Steve from Blue's Clues.
good. I think you told us that.
Did I? Yeah.
Is she gonna be blue?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she made her costume too.
Nice.
I bought an overpriced green sweater from tvstoreonline.com. Plug it. Sponsorship. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think we're quite there yet for sponsors.
Yo, we get like 12 listeners a podcast. You should, if you're out there,
Yeah.
sponsor us. Rage.
Not sponsored.
Oh,
by,
Rage Shadow Legends.
Not sponsored by Rage Shadow Legends.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I think they love when their name's in anyone's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not going to go as the Lord Fook the Toost.
How would I do that?
You just get like the little
Like a
crown
little-
thing. Yeah, you get the little crown. Just get the little crown that Lord Fook the Toost wears.
When I was trying to do that poorly edited photo,
Yeah.
I wanted the headphones to be still on
him.
but this little crown makes it difficult.
Yeah.
And I did it on my phone. I didn't go on my computer.
Yeah.
Which was obvious.
Mhm.
The cutting was had a little less than what I was desiring. So
Yeah.
that fucked it up. And then I didn't know how to color pick the skull out. So pretty bad.
It's okay.
Pretty bad. It's very bad
For
for
it was-
5 minutes of work.
did you do that on actual Photoshop?
I did that on my phone on
Oh, okay.
Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Mhm.
Okay.
And what the greatest thing I got out of that was knowing that you were like, hey man, you can use that on Instagram, but don't put that on the podcast. Like I looked at Rachel, I was like, he thinks I'm serious.
I kind of thought you were. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna like
Yeah, I'm just gonna ruin everything by a
not
shitty
ruin
like
everything.
2012 quality photo edit.
It's hilarious. I think it'd be really fun to put on the Instagrams and stuff, but like to make it like the image for our podcast, it'd be a little scary. But
Well shit, man.
shit.
You wanna dig into it?
We can dig into it.
Let's dig into it.
Okay. So this is the Earburners Podcast. Welcome one and all, where we listen to an album once a week. And then we come back on the weekend, usually about a Friday or Saturday, and we discuss our findings, what we enjoyed, what we kind of took away from the overall album. Man, I am winded. I need to get in shape. All I did was go upstairs and come down.
Bro.
Whew.
The stairs.
Stairs, man.
Yeah, dude.
Shit.
It's okay.
I am out of shape. Going back to me being overweight. I need to work out.
You look fine.
Oh, thank you, Daddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, this week we listened to Have You in My Wilderness by Julia Holter.
Yes.
This was a fun week.
Yeah.
It was a nice album to listen to.
Should we play the intro?
We can play the intro, bro. Yes, we can do that.
Classic.
No hang-ups this time. It just works.
Whoa, yeah.
Yep.
Why am I so loud?
Because
I don't feel like I was this loud.
I think it's just a different mic.
Well, like, I didn't feel like I was loud until the music played, and then now I feel okay. It's about the same now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fine.
Okay. I was worried.
I know you're worried.
I don't know why.
You're fine.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I hope all of you guys are having a fun holiday season. Be careful, don't overdo it with the Halloween festivities. If you're dressing up, hopefully you're having fun with it.
Yeah. Don't overdo like getting fucked up or
don't drive and after you got fucked up.
Yeah.
Get a DD. That's what they're for. Get a friend that doesn't drink or
it's crazy that
Uber.
We still have to tell people this.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Get an Uber.
Get an Uber.
Yeah. It's cheaper than a DUI.
Cheaper than a DUI. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
But anyways, and a lot less time too, because usually with like DUIs, you have to do classes. Sometimes you have to get a probation officer, and then it's like a whole thing.
And if you're lucky, you don't get a car. So then these people have to drive you around, which is kind of nice. So you can drink more.
Yeah.
But I'm not encouraging alcoholism, but
I don't encourage drinking to excess, to blackout, to binging. This is kind of interesting. This is interesting because it's kind of on topic for this. I was on my main YouTube channel. I just kind of have my thing, and then we have the Earburners YouTube channel. I was on mine, and I saw it was trending was Pewdiepie. Yeah, this is the route. This is the direction I'm going. Talking about off the rails. He actually just posted a video here recently that he is struggling with, or not currently, but he at like the height of his controversies and kind of like after and all that. Before I think that he was getting into like whiskey, and he admitted on his channel that he was struggling with an addiction to it, and like then it went to like nicotine patches and all that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What, from whiskey to nicotine?
Well, yeah. So that's pretty common. People go into like substitute addictions, Oftentimes people who are trying to quit a substance, whether it's like alcohol, meth, cocaine, they usually will actually smoke more cigarettes. It's pretty common.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I can see it.
I was on my YouTube, and I don't know what compelled me to do this, but I was just like, I commented on it, and I was like, addictions therapist here. And I kind of like was saying just like, yeah, a lot of this stuff is common. He was saying this sounds dumb, but like I was almost sad to lose it and all that, but that's common. It got like 500 some likes on YouTube.
Your comment?
Yeah. And I had a bunch of people like commenting on it, just like, "Hey, Trevor, or a therapist, I'm struggling with stopping smoking," and like I helped a few people on my YouTube.
Whoa,
it was nice.
You're that guy. Like, I'm like when I look at YouTube comments, and there's always like someone who's like well respected that says something nice, and I'm like, man, who takes the time?
Yeah,
I'm like, who? Like, we don't deserve these people who do this.
Thank you.
Because like, there's a lot of stuff that I just keep to myself, and then I'm like, I don't feel like fucking commenting on there.
Yeah.
So I've never met. You're the first one I've met.
Nice. No, I was bored,
that's
and
cool.
I was just like, you know what? I think I can actually put a little bit of helpful input into this because
You could have done it on the Earburners channel, but whatever. Do you get any subscribers out of it?
I got one.
Okay. Well, then fucking
on a channel with no videos on
I
it.
ain't even mad then. That's fine.
It was one. I could have plugged it in there, but I thought that would have been bad taste.
Yeah.
But no, it's just kind of weird being on the same topic. Be safe, people. Have fun. If you are struggling, seek help. There's no shame in it. I think there's a stigma with addictions. If you're struggling with it, get help.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyways, we have meandered, I think, long enough at this point. We listened to Julia Holter's album from 2015, Have You in My Wilderness. And this was Brock's choice for this week. And it was definitely a switch up from what we usually listen to. From what Brock picks for us to listen to. I think this kind of led us into a more... this is like what? What genre would this be? Like dream pop? What is this?
Yeah. I was trying to ask myself that. It's like, I'm like, I want to call it pop, but why do I want to do that? Like, if a male was the vocalist, would I call this pop? I don't think I would. So I would say like soft rock, alt rock, dream pop. Like it's got dream pop characteristics, but it's all organic instrumentation. So it makes me not want to use that word. But like, I don't know, singer songwriter. But they got a good little band. I think it's the same people, because I watched some concerts of her, and it was I was actually surprised that there's like the amount of musicians on this. It's not as many as I thought there would be.
Okay.
There's only like piano, strings. I mean, there's a saxophone player, but other than that, it's like drum, a stand-up bass who uses like a violin bow at times to get like a bigger sound. But that's it. And it sounds so much bigger than just that. There's no guitar.
Yeah. It's very layered, and with the instruments, I really love the arrangement and the musicianship.
Yeah.
With the strings throughout the album, and then of course there's other instruments there. It looks like vocals, keyboards, organ, harpsichord, drums. Yeah.
Did you get a 60s vibe from it?
Yeah, a little bit. You had
Floyd.
mentioned Pink Floyd. One track, since we're just talking about it, we can just jump right into it. So one track that really gave me that Pink Floyd vibe was Lucette Stranded on the Island.
Same.
So
that chord progression.
The chord progression. It kind of has a weird. Can anybody help her? So it's kind of like, Hey You from Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
No, from The Wall. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
The Wall.
I think so.
Yeah. So it has that kind of sound to it, right? It kind of also reminded me of Pip.
I just tossed her.
That's fine. It kind of reminds me also of She Wants Your Jacket Strings.
Yeah. I could just feel her behind me. And I'm like, it's not the chair because she's not on it. Yeah.
Come on.
Hey.
We're trying to record here.
We're trying to record. Go on. I'm listening.
Okay. It kind of has kind of like a Beatles sound to it too. So it kind of mixes in kind of like a weird, like trippy Beatles, like kind of like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Band, like that in there.
Yeah.
But also that Pink Floyd kind of feeling to it as well. No,
yeah.
I really liked it, but there was definitely, I agree with you, the times in this track that it sounds like, let me turn this down so it doesn't blow our ears off.
Do it.
Definitely sounds like it's straight out of like Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I think it's that chord progression they do.
Yeah,
they just go down like a half step. And this is I do like this song. However, I felt like it droned on a bit longer than maybe I liked.
Yeah, I could see that too.
But it was only when I was only passively listening that I got annoyed. But if I actually focused on it, then I was kind of I noticed the different layers she brought out. But if you're like not paying too close attention, I feel like it can sound like, okay, what is this still happening?
Yeah. There's a few tracks in here that I can kind of say that, but
yeah, like Vasquez.
Yeah.
That's the other one. Other than that, there were moments where I wish stuff maybe would have gone on longer. Like the ending of Silhouette is probably my favorite moment of the album.
Let me play it real quick.
Like this build up.
Yeah. Nice.
I liked it. I like when they do stuff like that where they like build it up and then cut it off.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this could go on as long as you want it to.
Yeah.
And I would be happy no matter what.
So yeah. And definitely to be said just about this album in general, I love the way that it's orchestrated. I love the way that it's not, a lot of music is fairly predictable, and there are some predictable moments in this album, but anybody who listens to music, anybody who has written music, like I was in marching band, and I would like to say that I know a little bit about music, but like, anyways, if you hear like a vocal line or just a music line in general, you can kind of predict with your mind where that's going to lead, right? So like if you just do like a scale, right? Like da da da, what would be the next note there? Like
probably
you can kind of predict that, right?
Yeah.
In this, there are times where she's doing a vocal line and she reaches for really different notes, some dissonant. So I really like that about this. It's like, it's not predictable. You can she kind of goes on these really cool like changes with her vocals. She kind of it just kind of flows, right? This whole album also, and I think it leads into that as well, just has this kind of like mysterious, kind of ethereal, kind of like, I don't know if it's just from all the reverb that's on it. I know the synths and the whatever, all the instruments, it kind of has like a swelling kind of effect to it, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. No. It's lush.
It's lush. That's a good
Yeah.
way to put it. Lush. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Very legato, very just like, you know, you're listening to this and I just feel like I'm in a bed with the silkiest sheets and the fluffiest pillow, like basically on a cloud. It's kind of what it's like listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed my favorite songs were songs where the second half kind of has like a different like melody or different theme it's doing. It kind of changes up. Like I think Betsy on the Roof.
Betsy on the Roof is great.
Yeah, it has this like the change up towards the second half.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love the middle of Betsy on the Roof. Yeah. It has a really cool instrument. The piano work and the vocal work. I love I love the vocal line. Yes. I love that vocal line.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's just standing upon the
And I
ground.
like that too, because it has like a really timeless that sting. Standing here. Ba-da-da-da.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It just seems like it's very like it fits in perfectly with 60s music. Like,
yeah.
like that epicness.
Yeah.
Beatles. And it's got that march to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that line. And
it's
it,
awesome.
like you said, it has that, it kind of stands out like that, like you said, like that 60s kind of like, you know, black and white film
Yeah.
kind of like is what I'm thinking.
Psychedelic-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychedelic-ish. Yeah.
I watched their couple of their concerts and like I noticed how controlled and minimalistic the drummer is, but so like thoughtful in how he was doing doing the drum parts. Like it was very controlled and very I don't know, it's just like he has such a good ear for like what would be good for this type of sound, because it's like a lot of these songs are basically piano ballads that she's added all these layers of sound and other melodies over it, because this could easily be just piano.
I agree.
Any of these songs, it could be an open mic night, whatever, but the band just knows how to take it to a height that keeps you interested as a listener. And while they didn't always utilize the drums when they did, it was always just the perfect execution.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the intro track. I like it. It gets really interesting really quickly, but I think it just kind of starts kind of like a funny. Yeah.
I think of the Frozen song.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting start to it.
The harpsichord.
Yeah. But then I like the rhythm and the cadence.
Yeah. And then they change it up. And it's kind of more of a straightforward beat.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like some of
it's really playful. I love it.
The drummer reminds me of like some of like the drummer of K.O.
Okay.
With how precise all the hits are. It almost seems like it was written out for him. I like how it's panned too.
She's got better flow than most rappers.
It's true. I don't really think about that. She's kind of rapping
a little bit.
Like she has a better sense of rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. I just love how like orchestrated this whole thing is too. It takes me back to when I was a band geek and listened to nothing but like at a long period of time just listening to movie soundtracks. A lot of Danny Elfman, a lot of Hans Zimmer, a lot of those old kind of movies that were popular, like not old, but like movies that were popular like in high school.
Yeah.
Inception, and
it sounds like it could be like a score for like a movie, or
it could be. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the bass on
the
this.
Bass and
yeah,
Silhouette.
it's a fretless like stand-up bass.
Yeah.
One thing I wish I would have done was I just didn't have the time to do it. I wanted to just give it a full headphone listen.
Yeah.
Because I did a lot of car listens, a lot of like soundbar, and I like even listening to it right now. I'm like, oh wow, that's cool how they panned that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I would have like I love the Sea Calls Me Home with that sax solo, and it's like panned too.
Yeah. Yeah. I listened to this mostly in the car, but I did listen to quite a bit in headphones as well. I'd really say probably half and half, I'd say, because I was listening to this when I was doing like paperwork and stuff
nice.
at the office and cleaning. And it sounds really good in headphones. Songs like Silhouette, there's times I'm listening to it. It makes me want to listen to Helplessness Blues so bad.
Oh yeah.
It kind of has that because it's like, that kind of, again, that spacey, really lush sound to it. Not all of this album sounds like Fleet Foxes, but there's definitely moments like in Silhouette that kind of takes me back to like what is it? The intro track to
oh, you know what? I'm stupid. I thought when you said Helplessness Blues, I was thinking Help on the Way by Grateful Dead, and I was trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. I'm like, where do you hear that?
No, I was thinking, oh my goodness.
Fleet Foxes. Yeah. No.
You see that. You see that.
Yes, I definitely get that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
At first I was like, what?
What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, what the fuck is okay, it's like it's got as much in common as it does with the Doors, but
yeah. But you can see the Fleet Foxes though. That's like what is the intro track to that fucking album? That doesn't matter. But
Fleet Foxes, I get a lot of Simon and Garfunkel.
I get a lot of that too. Yeah.
But man, I haven't listened to them in a while.
Yeah. I had a whole period of time where I was just listening to nothing but Helplessness Blues. So this was actually nice. This was actually a really nice refresher. It was nice. But definitely like the song Silhouette definitely took me to that album.
It's kind of cool to have like songs like this where it's like, not verse chorus heavy, but it's like it still has hooks everywhere. Yeah. But it doesn't follow like the flow of a regular song while still being super catchy. And not many artists can pull that off. It's either unmemorable but unique, or it's bland and kind of predictable, or radio friendly, which I don't think you would hear this on the radio.
You wouldn't, because it doesn't have that, like
maybe Sea Calls Me Home, but still, I don't know what station that'd be on. It'd be like some XM, like alternative.
If anything, I would think that if there was any song in here that would probably be on the radio, it would probably be Every Time Boots, just because it's more poppy.
Yeah, but even that one has the spaciest middle.
It does. You're right. They would have to make a radio friendly like edit.
Yeah, they would literally cut that part out, which is what makes the song awesome. If that was not in there, I don't think it'd be as good.
Right.
Yeah.
But I get definitely like Battery Kinsey from Helplessness Blues vibes from that song. Not the drive, like, because that song is like bum but the bum but the bum bum bum. But like it just kind of has that feeling to it. Yeah, I think it's just the vocals and everything, and it's storytelling as well, right? Now I didn't look too much into the lyrics here. There's definitely, you can understand what she's saying in a lot of her vocal lines, but I wasn't like drawn really too deep into maybe some of the tracks, but not.
Yeah, it's not that kind of album.
No.
I read she did a lot of stream of consciousness writings and
okay.
And I watched like Needle Drop's review of it, and he said like in previous albums she was more back in the mix, and I did read that her producer had like kind of guided her to like bring her voice to the forefront more so instead of hiding it behind the mix. Huh. But then Anthony Fantano kind of brought up, it seems like she still has hidden the meaning to a lot of the songs within the lyrics, even though there's more personality from her.
Okay.
And that's an interesting thing to pull out of it, because she is so upfront in the mix. Yeah. And normally I don't like that when it comes to a lot of artists. I don't like when the vocalist is up front, but I don't mind it here too much. Kind of like when they're floating above, but I always call it the Taylor Swift mix, because Taylor's always right in your face.
That is true.
Behind the music, and the music's behind her.
Yeah.
It's not a very nice
way to put it.
way
or
to put
define
it, but
yeah.
that's the best way I can.
I could see that.
I put it like that most of the time when I'm like, this is not Taylor Swift mix. Because like Taylor Swift has good songs and she knows what she's doing, and her lyrics are built towards that. Where this, I think you're more entranced by the sonic textures than this album than actually any of the messages or meanings of what she's saying. So I didn't look up lyrics because it was very obscure. I mean, Betsy on the Roof was the only one I kind of wondered what was going on.
It's an interesting.
It sounded like she was about to catch Betsy from jumping off or something.
Yeah.
It was like my arms are outstretched. I caught that word, and I don't know. I didn't actually look that part up.
I love this part of the song. How long about a minute
when
in.
the strings start coming in.
It's so beautiful and so well orchestrated.
And I think there's only like 2 violinists on this album. Yeah,
it almost sounds like it'd be like a perfume commercial. Just like you just hear like a sexy Italian man's voice just be like "La perfume." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I can't do a good Italian accent like that.
I can't either. I'm on this. I can only do New York. Man.
I can only do the offensive. Hey, gabagool.
Yeah, that's American Italian. It's not even like you're gonna put fucking Tony Soprano on the perfume commercial.
That's so insensitive.
Why don't you take a fucking long walk off a short pier? Get you a pair of cement shoes. That's not even a good Italian.
Me and Jordan, whenever we watch, because we watch The Sopranos twice together, like it's bad because like we go full like offensive American Italian accent. Like even when we're not watching it, we'll be making dinner, just like, hey, I'm cooking here.
Thankfully, we're at a time in history where they're not a attacked group of people anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, you're probably okay. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. But I was trying to think the last time, besides like Jeremy Renner, where we really dove into lyrics, and I think it was our first episode, Arcade Fire, because I think it actually mattered to talk. Yep. Yeah, I think The Suburbs was the first or the only time where we really needed to like discuss the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck about what Ulcerate's trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then Altar of Plagues, it was about as obscure, like this album's about as obscure as the lyrics to that. Oh, brother. You remember last week when you used that soundbite to make Jeremy agree with you on the Chelsea Grin song?
Yeah. The song, I love it.
Yeah, he's like, the song I love it. And you're like, thank you. That was my favorite moment from last week.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. There was a lot of favorite moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, fuck the lyrics. It doesn't matter. I do like when an artist can kind of remove the personal side of it so that it's a little more relatable to others, maybe.
All right, and we should be back.
Oh my god,
we're back.
What were we talking about?
I can't remember when the animals were being crazy, but Louise had to go out and do her job. She went and pooped, so she's happy now. She's laying on the bed by me. So
yeah, I think I rambled about lyrics.
Yeah, we were rambling a little bit about lyrics there. Yeah. About how we just say fuck the lyrics.
Yeah, kind of. If it doesn't totally serve the concept or the story, what is the album's first priority to offer you? Is it an enjoyable listening experience? Is it thought-provoking philosophical musings or anecdotes?
Right.
Felt like Moira. Anecdotes. Yeah.
The crowning. Yes.
That's not a very good impression.
That's not a good impression at all. We're just not good at impression. You're better than me.
I don't think so. But,
okay. But how long is what we were talking about? How it sounds sexy and in the middle, about 140 in. Yeah, I love that. The orchestral bits in there.
I get How Long and Night Song mixed up sometimes.
Yeah, because they're both kind of in the same tone, I think, right?
Very dark. All the people.
Yeah. Is that this?
The horizon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that line. Don't know what it means, but I love it.
Well, me either, but it is cool. It's eerie.
From the horizon.
It's eerie. But she kind of talks about the horizon a little bit, kind of talking about being on the beach in Mexico City and all that. So
yeah, that was probably the most like autobiographical line in the album.
Yeah.
Is probably that.
yeah,
I've never been there, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What haven't we talked about? She Calls Me Home. She Calls Me Home and Betsy, probably my top favorite songs on the album.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's great because like She Calls Me Home is probably the most like straightforward pop song on here, and the fact
What's her most popular song?
Oh, is that like the number one Spotify?
I think so. Yeah.
That's great. It's like hook heavy. It's yeah.
Yeah.
When the sea calls me home. Yeah, it's great. Bun, dun, dun, dun.
It is good.
Yeah. The sax solo, man. When you have a buzzing sax just losing its shit.
I do love this. Yeah.
Dun, dun,
I love
dun,
the
dun, dun. Yeah.
There it is.
So many cool melody lines.
Yeah, man. This saxophone solo is sexy.
Yeah, this is shit. When they did it live, they actually had the violinist do the solo, but she had like a pedal that she like distorted.
Mm-hmm.
Started like wailing on it like that. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah. I love that. Yeah, we like that shit. But yeah, that chorus, man, that's probably there's a lot of memorable moments, but it's definitely this one's top of mind when you think
so
of this
cool.
album. Dun, 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 dun.
And it's not, and it's so unique.
Yeah. Because she's got competing melodies going on from what she's singing to like the dun 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 dun, dun melody of the
arpeggiated
of the strings.
things.
Yeah, the arpeggio.
There you go, Moira.
Arpeggio.
Now you just sound like you're
David. I sound half British.
You sound like you're a host on the Great British Bake Off.
Oh man, you've been watching that?
Yeah, I watched it with my wife.
I'm a little behind.
No, you sound like old Greg.
Oh yeah.
Now the bakers return to the tents to bake the bakes.
How did he land that gig?
I don't know. It throws me off every time.
It's just so weird and they're kind of dirty on it too.
Yeah. It's got kind of like
they have an American version. They would not like.
So like the most American thing compared to that is like the barbecue shows. Yeah,
I've not seen.
I've seen those. Yeah,
it's very American though.
Yeah,
do they barbecue in England?
The great. Yeah, I would imagine, but I think the great. I think they just like salt.
It's not a big deal to them, like it's like it is over here.
I'm not sure.
Fucking grill.
I think one of the things I like about the Great British Bake Off, not to get too off the rails, but they're just so kind to one another. They're so gentle and so nice and so sweet.
You're watching this season, right?
I think so. The newest one
with Jurgen.
Jurgen's so great.
I'm a happy.
I love Jurgen.
Yeah,
I'm a happy Jurgen. Oh yes.
I don't know how far.
I like the Black Forest.
Yeah,
the Black Forest cakes.
Rachel's probably watching about me right now, but yeah,
so
I forget. We're a little far behind still, but
I love Jurgen. I love Giuseppe. Giuseppe's he's fucking killing.
Is that the
Italian?
Yeah, curly hair guy. Yeah, he's cool. I forget the judges' names, but the lady, she says something about like it's got 2 holes to square, and like everyone just starts busting up.
Prim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Greg's like, whoa, fuck.
I'm waiting for that part of him to really come out because him and the other host, the bald guy, are like really.
Were they both in that little troupe?
Let me actually look up this person's name because I don't think it's
his name's Noel.
Yeah, Noel.
I don't remember his last name, but yeah.
Yeah, he's an interesting character, but every time I watch the great, like all I can think of is just like, you ever drink Bailey's from a shoe?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see him do the voice on there.
Do you love me?
Yeah. Do you love me? Could you learn to love me?
What you doing swimming in my waters, mother liquor?
I think that's how you know you're a millennial if you know what that is.
I have a mangina. I'm old Greg.
My sister will just randomly yell that.
Oh yeah,
yeah, she loves old. I think she showed it to me.
Yeah, that's an older sibling thing to show you. Yeah.
Early YouTube.
Yeah. Mo Greg.
I'm more of a salad fingers guy myself.
What is this? It's attached to your pole, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's the host to Great British Bake Off. But no, that's what you were sounding like. You were sounding like Noel there for a second.
Bye, guys.
You can't have a soggy bottom. The soggy bottom is what kills me.
Yeah.
Because we've all been there, right?
Yeah, I shit my pants one time. It was more of like a it was more like a gas that was foul.
I'm so sorry, Julia.
And I had these acid wash jeans on, so I threw them away, I think.
Well, you and I know the infamous tale of me shitting my pants.
I wasn't gonna bring up your past trauma on
that. Really bugged me for some time. Like I didn't want to talk about it, and now I'm at a point in my life is just like
I've brought it up so many times that.
But I'm also kind of like, why did I care so much? I don't know. It was dumb to care about.
You were younger back then.
When
cared more about our image.
Yeah.
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 You're married now. It's
I'm
like
married now.
You have a mortgage.
There's
married.
Nothing to hold back, I think.
Yeah. I think when you have those things, you can be more confident in life.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't care.
Right.
That I shit my pants.
I think probably a majority of people could probably say at some point in their life, even in their adult life, have shit their pants.
Yeah, I've only done like I thought it was a fart, and it was like it wasn't. There's nothing solid in my pants in my britches. It was just like a, I don't know, like a seep.
Yeah, it's so. My God.
Yeah, that was.
We're
great
on the
day.
topic of it. Might as well just say it? Like what happened?
You can. I don't.
Oh my God, this is such a detour from the album. But
how did we get here?
Dude, I don't know how
about Noel.
I don't know how we get anywhere.
I said something that sounds like old Greg. Now
soggy bottom.
Soggy bottom. You said we've all been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we got here. We're talking about soggy bottoms, and boy, was my bottom soggy. Oh, it was so bad.
I felt like you were in the Burger King bathroom.
It was Wendy's.
It was Wendy's?
It was Wendy's.
Oh.
That's because
that's why they didn't kick me out.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for someone to be like, yo, sir, you are loitering. You have been here for half an hour. And I was not going to lie to them. I was fully prepared to say.
in there that long?
It felt like it.
It might have felt like a lifetime.
I was fully prepared to say, my friend is in there because he shit his pants.
He's fighting for his fucking life in there.
Yeah, he is clean. Did you have to go more when you got in there, or was it just cleanup time from the second?
I can't remember. I have a pretty vivid memory of that just because it's like a trauma flashback.
Right.
But
it's not a crazy story. We were in a music store. Trevor said, I have to poo.
Really?
So we left. We start walking towards the Wendy's.
Because there was no bathroom in the music store. And I asked the guy, it hit me like out of nowhere. Like I was fine. Like it was like 0 to 100. It was like.
Did we have tacos that day?
We went to a local restaurant and we had, and I've eaten there before and never had any issues before.
Have you gone back?
I have, and I haven't had the same issue.
You're brave.
It took me some time. There's some foods I still haven't eaten since
we must have got different shit too, because I was fine.
Yeah, I think I just got nachos. But anyways, it was weird. But we were at the music store, and I pulled aside the manager or whoever's behind the counter, just some kid who's probably working, and I said, "Hey, do you guys have a bathroom here?" Because I knew they had like a back area in there. And they're like, no. And I'm guessing they probably had a fucking employee bathroom or something.
There's always an employee bathroom.
They just didn't want me to use it. So
yeah.
They were like, yeah, but usually we point people over to the, we don't have a bathroom. We point people over to the Wendy's, which is like what? Like what? It was like a block away.
It wasn't that close.
It wasn't that close.
Yeah.
No. So we get like halfway there, and I was doing this walk where I was like trying to squeeze my cheeks as tight as I possibly could. And then I just start walking as fast as I can. And that's just when it hit me.
And I was like ahead of you, and I turned around. I'm like, dude, why are you walking so slow? And you're like, you had this look on your face like you were working through something.
It happened.
And we were like in the middle of the street at that point, like almost there.
And it just hit me. And it was at that point, I was just like, we just need to get in there. We need to get in and out. And
sorry, Julia.
We're talking about the time I shit my pants.
Yeah.
But
When the sea calls me home.
I just remember feeling so defeated. And we got in my car and I was driving us back to my house and I was just like, just don't tell anybody about this, please. Because I knew you and I was like, I know you think that this is funny and you were a good friend. You kind of alluded to it, but like
I made a lot of allusions to it, or like
you just mentioned Wendy's and I'd just be like, Brock.
or if there was something poo related, I'd be like, hey, Trevor.
I can't believe I was so embarrassed about it for so long. I mean, people shit their pants. It happens.
Yeah.
Anybody out there, if you've ever shit your pants and you're embarrassed to talk about it, just own it. It's just, things happen, right?
Yeah, I think I need to have a proper pants shit. My problem is I always throw up. I'm a big puker.
Yeah.
I puked like so many times. Most of my stories involve like puking.
You and Jordan are probably the two people I know that puke the most.
I should talk to her about that.
Yeah.
See how many times she's puked.
Austin, my brother, he pukes a lot too.
Interesting.
Yeah. But when he starts puking, he can't stop puking. Even if his stomach is empty, somehow he finds more to puke. It's crazy.
That's wild.
He's an empty, like the bottomless pit of, yeah. Once he starts going, it's like no stopping.
I think it's why the colonoscopy prep like really like had me concerned, because I just hadn't felt those type of feelings before, or at least in a very long time.
Like the relaxing of your lower half.
It wasn't relaxing. I just felt like and like this juice you drink, it just comes down through your little canal, and it's like, come on everybody, we're going to the hole, and then it just flows out of you.
Going to the hole.
Come on, everybody gather around.
I love that.
We're getting out of here. Yeah, that's what was going on, and I guess someone who has like regular or like diarrhea regularly would probably be like, no, that's not a big deal, dude. But to me, I was like, God, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I hated it. Yeah, I got to go back in 5 years. But my polyp was benign, so
that's good.
Yeah,
I'm glad
that
to
is
hear
good.
That. I was really happy to hear that it wasn't anything crazy going on in there. But yeah, I guess one day I ought to get. One day I ought to get snaked too. Get snaked real good.
Oh, did that clip? What?
Yeah, I might have.
Oh, fuck.
It's fine. We'll fix it.
Goddamn condenser mic. That's where... Oh, I just hit it. That's where the other mic would have probably...
Yeah, look how loud your sound waves are compared to my sound waves.
I got big waves.
You got big waves.
Yeah. Big wave energy. We're at the same volume, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Like where the knob placement is. Don't understand it. I don't know.
Yeah, but let's go back to the album. We detoured.
Right.
So
yeah, Julia, I'm sorry if you're listening to this. You're like, wow, my album has brought up this past trauma from this young man who, your song made me think of the time I shit my pants.
I don't even know if it was her fault that we got to that topic.
No, it was me. It was my fault.
We went from Moira to Great British Bake Off to Soggy Bottoms. To Trevor and Brock shitting their pants. So mostly Trevor, but
mostly you.
Yeah. But yeah, Sea Calls Me Home is great. I love that hook. I love the vocal hook there. I agree with you. I think that Betsy on the Roof is probably my favorite track on the album. And then Sea Calls Me Home. I just love how dissonant and ethereal and kind of mysterious Betsy on the Roof is. I love the middle section of Betsy on the Roof. It's one of the longest songs on the album.
And I love the
yeah, next to Vasquez, it's one of the longest, and it's a little bit longer than Vasquez, I think.
Vasquez
a little bit shorter.
Was interesting too.
But I love this middle part. Because it has a little bit more of a drive.
Yeah.
It picks up a little bit.
And she's playing all the piano too.
She's really talented. She's awesome.
This is great. Yeah. Yeah, I think the one thing that like heightens all these songs is that there are different
I love that
instruments doing different melodies or hooks or things that might compete with one another had they been done in a different way. You know, like in when When the Sea Calls Me Home. She's doing something totally different than what the instruments are doing, but their piano's kind of in the middle. Where I don't think a lot of like if I'm thinking of metal music, you know, we always like praise bass players when we can actually hear them. But most of the time we can. They're just following the guitars. So when the bass like does something different and it works, you know, I noticed that. And I think that this musical arrangement has allowed for, you know, the musicians to just not follow the melody, maybe do their own, write their own instead of just following the chords. Like there's a lot of freedom in these songs to where they, you know, there's multiple hooks going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was stream of consciousness rant.
No, but it was good. I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So Vasquez
is interesting. Maybe going back to
had some talk, bark psychosis type, like drumming, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes back to that bass.
Very jazzy type.
Yeah.
Drums.
Jazzy, for sure.
Think, almost reminds me of like Leonard Cohen. Or no, I'm thinking of there's like a Tom Waits song that has like pianos just like that. And he's like, ooh, the red shoes. Blah, blah, blah. I think it is Red Shoes.
Red Shoes by Tom Waits.
Yeah, pull that up.
Okay. Ooh.
And she's like doing some spoken word stuff.
Yeah, some spoken word.
I do remember this song the least, besides like this beginning, though, if I'm thinking of, because it's very droney, very atmospheric, and not like it's probably the least like melodic. There's not really any hooks in it, but
what am I doing?
Oh yeah, look up Tom Waits. Yeah, because like that piano just makes me think of that. I like it. Like it's a good mood piece. Got a lot of atmosphere.
Red Shoes by the Drugstore?
Yeah, play that. Oh yeah, dun.
Oh yeah, it does kind of have a similar
isn't it
sound.
interesting?
Yeah.
Immediately thought of that.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, but he's got this crazy voice too. If you've never heard Tom Waits, he was this is the guy with the bunnies from Seven Psychopaths.
You know, I need to rewatch that movie.
He's the guy who's like, he killed the Zodiac killer. But yeah, he's got this whiskey-soaked voice.
I think, if I remember correctly, and I'm always off with my facts. I listen through like the podcasts sometimes, and it's like, that's not right. But I think Heath Ledger's Joker was kind of inspired by the way Tom Waits talks a little bit. Tom Waits or somebody, I'm not sure.
Might have been. He's a pretty crazy dude.
Yeah.
Let me find.
Maybe the way he talks, I think.
Yeah, because he's like got this like Louis Armstrong sounding voice, like just this rasp.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's go back. Yeah, Vasquez is interesting, and then Have You in My Wilderness is another one that's interesting.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Have You in My Wilderness. Pretty good. I feel like as a closer, it wasn't the strongest track.
Yeah.
We know we love good closers.
We like good closers.
So good. Why? Yeah.
I love the strings.
It's actually not that bad of a closer. It just didn't have like the same epicness as some of the other songs.
Yeah.
Like what if Silhouette was the last song and it just ends with like that
build up. Yeah. I could see that.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just how it ends. And then we get to Feel You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The intro. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah, man. I like it. There's so many memorable parts.
Yeah.
Did we talk about Night Song very much?
We didn't. Let me pull that up.
Because I think we've talked about everything. Every Time Boots, I mean,
Every Time Boots, we kind of agreed. It's kind of like the poppier one on here. Is that but
Yeah. It's a fun little song for
I
sure.
agree with you. I get this one mixed up a little bit with how long.
I did note at 1 minute and 30 in, I think that's when the strings really kick in on this song, and it's a real nice compliment to like the piano because it's kind of stripped back right now, and it builds really nicely. What's interesting is like this is a song that could probably build bigger, it'd probably be longer, but it's still super good, super ethereal.
Yeah,
and the bass lines on top of that, pretty unique.
I love that.
Yeah.
The swell at 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
yeah, they're very very thoughtful about when they choose to bring the instruments in and out, and because they're like, we have this violin little card in our pocket, we got to choose this wisely.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
No, it's just beautifully. I think I've said it this like 10 times already, but just beautifully orchestrated. The way that they lead into these things and these movements, and the swells and the crescendos, and the choice between staccato and legato. Staccato being more like quick release, and then legato.
Yeah, like this right here. Yeah. Like they could have done long notes here,
right?
And because it would have maybe complemented it would have gone along with everything a little bit. But I like that it kind of gives that tension by having them do more staccato lines like that.
Yeah. But I stick with my initial kind of like feel that I get from this. That's just that feeling of being like in the most comfortable bed, just with like just silky, and like I'm like on a cloud, and I'm getting like a full body massage at the same time.
Damn.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Dim lights. Yeah, but also like a sunshiny day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a caterpillar sucking up a hookah in the corner
of the room right now?
In the story that I'm telling.
Oh. Like, where? Why are you saying that so calmly? Like, dude, that would be epic. I want to see that.
Yeah, it's a Alice in Wonderland reference, because that's kind of where it takes you, kind of like in this weird fantasy world.
I don't like Johnny Depp.
There's okay. That's not a battle I'm going to fight right now.
He's okay. He's fine. Yeah, Blow is good. I read that they had to record this album many times.
Oh, really?
Like redo it.
Why?
I don't know. Let's see. It took a really long time. It recorded many times. It was frustrating. The last one was so easy to make in a way, and this Troubled Child. It was so hard. I don't know why. Maybe they just didn't like it, but it does sound like they've perfected what they were trying to make with this record.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, I it's not like it's unique, but it's also familiar. It like, I don't know, it blends a lot of things that, as we've demonstrated, we have pulled out references and comparisons to other bands, but I don't know, the way it came together it's kind of something unique in and of itself. What was interesting is I was worried I wouldn't have much to say about it, because I was just like, it's just a beautiful album. But I don't know, here we are. But yeah, because I was concerned. I'm like, it's so good. Like, I've never found an album that's like so good, but yeah, I don't have much to say about it. But and I'm like, hopefully, yeah. But I always think about that whenever we do these.
Yeah,
albums.
Me too.
And this is probably the first album I'm not like, I'm probably the least familiar with this album of any of the picks we've had.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of picked this at random to a few pre-listens before I decided. But
yeah. No, I really enjoyed listening to this. It just there was parts that when I was listening, it did kind of put me to sleep, but it's not like I was bored with it. It's just that it's so lush and so like, it's almost a lullaby in a way that it kind of is, just kind of like, oh, that's nice. I just want to take a nap. Right.
Yeah.
But It's good. I like it.
What's your least favorite track?
My least favorite track would have to be, and let me look a little bit more on it, because I do like a lot of good moments in it. Like each song has a great moment in it. So I'd say, like you were saying, I think I liked your example of Vasquez just kind of being the more forgettable one on this album. But and then Have You in My Wilderness. For whatever reason, I listened to this album like through quite a few different times. I listened like quite a few hours on this album, but Vasquez and Have You in My Wilderness probably are the two that I have a hard time remembering significant moments from, whereas all the others I can point out parts in them that I did enjoy, right? So like Betsy on the Roof, of course, this the middle, but also the dissonant that night song. Yeah, I love the swells like we were just listening to. That's just so beautiful. Sea Calls Me Home is probably my second favorite. Just because I do like that chorus and that hook. It's so good. It's so creative. Lucette, I like it just because it does have that kind of weird, trippy Beatles kind of vibe to it, but also the Pink Floyd-esque kind of like Hey You kind of going on in there, right? But like, can anybody? It's interesting. I like the approach.
They have a song. Is there anybody out there?
Hey You. And
It's
then
a different song.
Oh no, that's Comfortably Numb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Is there anybody in there? Yeah.
Is there anyone home?
Yeah, that's right out. That's a Pink Floyd.
Yeah, you're right. That's where I was pulling that from. That is Off the Dark Side of the Moon. No. That's the wall still, Trevor.
It's not a great album, but those are good songs.
Yeah.
We can argue about that later. So like Vasquez, I really like the instruments on that. I'm mixed on Lucette because I feel like the second half, I get it by that point. And I don't know. I like it. I do feel like if you're not giving it all your attention, it could get a little drony. So that one, How Long, I think I like the second half better than the first, but it's also one where I have to kind of remember how it goes. But I think as an album, that might be the biggest outlier because. And maybe Vasquez too, because those are like the darkest songs. And I think it kind of pokes a hole in like the whole we're laying on a cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause it's like, oh, maybe it's raining, stormy in these and on this cloud we're lying on here. And that doesn't make this a bad album by having those tracks, but I don't know. I guess it helps or it hurts. I don't know. Like,
right.
Cause like every other song is pretty peppy. But then we have kind of the darker, moodier ones. But I don't know. I don't think any song is necessarily bad. I don't remember the closing track that well until you put it on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how that goes.
That's kind of
yeah.
I like how they do kind of like you just briefly kind of hinted at this thing that she does in this where it's like they kind of pattern it not weird, but like they have like the poppy songs, and then they throw in the moody one, and then they threw in a poppier one. Like Night Song to Every Time Boots to Betsy on the Roof, right? It's kind of like this weird roller coaster that we're on here.
Yeah.
How Long to Lucette to Sea Calls Me Home to Night Song. It's weird. Like it's weird
very up down.
Yeah.
Maybe that's on purpose.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very because I didn't really think about that. Because going from Night Song to Every Time Boots.
Yeah. Every Time Boots I do like.
Yeah,
it's happy. It's
fun.
Like it's a fun kind of whimsical, kind of childlike, kind of not childlike in the way that it's performed, but you know what I mean, kind of like playful. It's just fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other artist this reminds me of. Oh yeah, the little chorus, like the choral vocals in the left ear.
It just sounds so fun. Yeah. The background vocals are so cool.
Yeah, the little ad libs, Travis Scott. It's lit.
No, I really like Every Time Boots. It's silly, it's fun, it's cute.
You can really pull new things out of this album every time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's pretty much
like,
my thoughts.
I don't
on
have a total like. There's no duds in this
No, I wouldn't say that.
track list at all. So I mean, I don't really have like a least favorite. I mean, there's just like little moments here or there where I'm like, like, it's okay. But like, I can't say like an entire song's bad because I like every idea that she's doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, pretty good album.
Good album.
Yeah.
Good album.
You bet to hit a button. Oh. Thanks, Julia. Sorry, Trevor shit his pants.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry we had to sift through that story to get to that. But no, Julia, good job. Keep making beautiful, wonderful music. You're so talented. It was a pleasure listening to your album this week. And thank you, Brock, for choosing it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. So I guess that leads to me having to pick this week's album.
Yes.
So this is one, I don't know. This has been the toughest week for me choosing an album. It seems it's been, I think like the first or second time. Well, I picked the first one. I think it was like the third episode. That's when it really kind of got difficult for me to like, oh shit. Like, but then after that, I kind of had a kind of nice kind of like string of albums, you know, like I want to do this one and that one. So this one has been kind of an interesting one because I've been like, well, what do I want to do? Is it one that I haven't heard or one that I'd like to explore some more? Do I want to go kind of the same route that Brock did? Or do I want to do something a little bit different? So I had a few different things in mind. And I really have been having a hard time choosing between the two. So I guess I'm just going to have to wing it and kind of just say which one. Another thing is like I try to be mindful of like albums I like might not be the same ones that you really enjoy, but also the fun thing about this podcast is that I get to hear your perspective on it.
Doesn't matter if I like it or if I will like it or vice versa.
So I'm gonna throw everything in kind of left field.
Oh,
and we're not playing anything metal. I know we were kind of wanting more of like a hip hop thing, but I didn't do that either. I'm gonna be having us listen to. And let me go back to my home because I was just listening. We're going to be listening to
Joe Rogan podcast.
Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death by the Dead Kennedys.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm going in blind on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't really know. I know the Guitar Hero song.
Oh, Holiday in Cambodia?
Yeah. I forgot that was it. Yeah.
There's like 17 tracks on this.
It's probably 30 minutes, right?
It's about, the tracks are, it's 51 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But the tracks are pretty short and they're all really catchy. There's one song on this album called Short Songs that's literally 28 seconds long. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
I know a few songs on this album, but I don't know all of them. So I think this will be a fun experience for me to get to learn a little bit more. But the songs I know on this album, I absolutely love. The one thing with this is just like, I truly wonder if they based SpongeBob's voice off of this singer at certain times.
Yeah, you're right. It's a holiday in Cambodia.
Yes, but we'll listen to this.
All right.
I really like this album. I think we'll have a lot of fun with this album. It's a fun album. It's got hilarious parts in it, and I think we'll have a bash and just a good time listening to it.
Yeah, man. Punk's a genre I'm not too familiar with.
I love going back and listening to old punk music, like old Iggy Pop.
I guess that counts. Yeah. What?
I guess I want to be your dog.
I was thinking like Black Flag type punk.
Flag.
Yeah, like
the Damned.
It scares me to do punk because like the fan base is always like, yo, you're not describing this correctly. That's skate punk. That ain't.
Yeah. So maybe we can do a little bit thorough into that.
I'm not afraid of metalheads. Like, fuck you guys. But
they're like the cuddliest people most of the time.
Most of the time it's like, we're just gonna write about you. We're punk. Like they might actually fuck you up. Yeah,
they're probably one. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I do like Fugazi though. It's a pretty good band.
There's a movie I watched recently, and it's a pretty good movie. It's called Green Room. It's on Netflix, and it's about a punk band that gets stuck in like a Nazi like cult type of thing. but they were like signed to play, and they play, and it turns out to be a bunch of skinheads.
Oh,
and they have to like fight their way out.
I was seeing a Green
and they
Inferno.
play a song by the Dead Kennedys called Nazi Punks. It's either by Nazi
Is that
Punks
what
or
the
a
Nazi
cover
Punks fuck off?
Yeah.
Shirt came from, was these guys?
I think so.
I've seen that. Like, remember that?
It could have been. It might have been that. I don't know if they covered
Remember
it.
that
I think it might be
psychedelic store at the mall we used to go to?
Yeah.
Funky
Yeah,
World,
right here.
the 13th Zodiac or whatever. Yeah, they had their shirt. Take 4. Okay. That's some aggression. Is this off the album we're doing?
No,
Ah,
this isn't off this album.
oh my goodness.
It's so awesome.
So yeah, this will be fun because like this is lyrics are so important to punk music. So
Yeah,
we'll have to
it is true.
have to decipher that. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't sound like SpongeBob in this.
No, not in this. He's more angry and pissed off in this.
Yeah. That's
Trash-
back in the alignment now.
Yeah, trash a bank if you got real balls.
Holy shit, man. Yeah, man. Good punk usually stands for something. That's
Yes. So I'm very excited to listen to this.
yeah. Good choice. This will be good.
Sweet. I'm glad to hear you like the choice. So we'll listen to the Dead Kennedys, Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death.
Nice.
And we'll talk about it next week when we
Yeah.
listen to it. So this has been kind of a bizarre episode. Thank you guys for sticking through it. If you guys have ever shit your pants, don't feel afraid to talk about it. It makes for a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at your dog, man.
Louise is like laying on her back with her belly out. She's so funny.
This looks insane.
Yep. And remember, all hail Lord Foog the Toost.
Goddamn right.
Elite.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we'll-
fuck. Oh, I just scared the shit out of your dog.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh.
Well, anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
Kisses. That was good.
It was good.
You spoke your truth today.
I did. It was
Yeah,
brave.
That was very stunning and brave.
Yeah.
And controversial. It's crazy it's taken us this long to get this deep into scat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Mozart was into scat?
Who was?
Mozart.
Into scat?
Yeah.
I didn't
Man
know.
loves shit.
Oh, that scat.